Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Breakfreeced Club. I'm here with Shwabadi, and it is St. Patrick's Day.
Top of the morning to you.
Answering the age-old question, is Shwabadi Irish?
No.
We'll get to that. Well, I was going to say we'll get to that at the end of the episode. So,
I mean, nobody will know until we get to the end of the...
yeah.
We.
You don't sound Irish. You do sound like you were like a free toy in a box of Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Like,
that's fair.
That just kind of absorbed.
I think if people want to know if I am Irish or not, they can just watch a previous episode of the Breakfast Club featuring Shwabadi.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is like episode 5 or something. That was like an early one.
Yeah. There's always room for doubt. It's always a little sus. Is Shwabadi Irish? Is he not? He's not. But it's more interesting, I think, if we drag it out a little. So how long has it been since you were last on the Breakfast Club? It's been a minute, I think.
Well, we recorded those like last 2 episodes back to back.
That's true. We did them back to back. It was before I started doing them live, though.
Right.
So we recorded them back to back.
Your first live streamed one was that with Mia?
That was with Olaf.
Oh, with Olaf. Okay.
Yeah. And since then, I've done one with Mir and one with Kuro. And are those the only ones that I've done live? No, I did one with Carter Sauce live as well. So it's been at least a month of those. So yeah.
It feels like it's been too long.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm getting at. It's been too long. What's the sort of the wheels of time keep turning between the episodes. That's what's always interesting when I have somebody on again and it's been a minute, or really any time. Like things continue to progress outside of the universe of the club, the Breakfast Club, that is.
Yeah.
I call it the club now.
The hyperbolic breakfast chamber.
Yeah, the sort of the Breakfreeced tube, if you will, the Breakfreeced cryo tube.
Mm-hmm.
It's like good morning, or what's the beginning of Halo? That sequence, but it'd be stepping out of there's inside of the tube. There's bagels and stuff because it's a cafe. Would Halo be improved with bagels? Discuss.
I would argue that Halo is a bagel.
Okay, a hot take. Master Chief as a bagel. Thoughts?
Counterproductive for me.
Like, think about it this way, though. You don't know he's a bagel unless he takes off the helmet. And that's kind of the lesson. That's the story. So, like, you get to the end of Halo 1, or even like Halo, how many are there of that one? And then he finally takes off his helmet for the first time, or whenever it is that he first takes off his helmet. And then that's the reveal. It's like, oh wow, a bagel can do.
We still haven't seen Master Chief's face.
Yeah, so like that's the reveal at the very end. There's still time to retcon this. That's the reveal at the very end. It's like, oh my gosh, I was prejudiced. A bagel can do anything a man can do.
Now, so the way I'm picturing it is he takes off the helmet, the camera pans around, and it's like a bagel with 2 big googly eyes on the top, and like it's being cut in half so that it can.
So the mouth moves like my Discord avatar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is how I'm picturing it. Is that, and then like the rest of his body, we still can't see, but I presume it's some sort of bready.
There's
structure.
There's this. Do y'all have Geico over there? Geico Insurance?
No, well, I'm familiar with the sexy lizard. I mean the Geico
regular lizard. Yeah,
the regular lizard.
The Cockney lizard. Yes. So they also have this ad where it's a stack of money with googly eyes, and it sort of like just hangs by a string. It's implied that it's levitating.
Okay.
I'm kind of picturing that. Like, it's just the bagel. There's nothing supporting it. It just, that's what's in there. So the bagel is sort of just inside of the helmet. And then it's like, wow, I judged you too harshly. Like
Yeah.
like that time when we were all standing upright and you were mostly just a loose pile of clothes on the ground. I thought that you were slacking off. I thought you were being lit. Now I see that you were standing with the rest of us to your full height.
Yeah.
Do you think a bagel exhibits more character if it's sliced? Do you think that a bagel cannot speak unless it's sliced?
Well, here's the thing. If you change the orientation, there is the hole in the middle.
Does it speak from the hole?
I find the image quite disturbing personally if it was like an upright bagel, like a vertical bagel, and the hole in the center was how it spoke. Like
you really can't tell which way up the bagel is unless it's got the eyes on it.
Yeah.
Because it could be standing on its head for a, you know. I don't remember how we got on this topic.
Me neither.
I would like to not be on it anymore.
Yeah.
I fear.
Do you have any show notes to do?
I do. Okay, I do. All right, here we go. Here's one that I have. Here's a note that I have. It says, having reached 100,000 subs, what nation do you think you could conquer and turn into Shwabadinia?
Switzerland.
You think you could straight up conquer Switzerland?
Has no organized military.
No organized military? What are you talking about? Everybody's like trained in like armaments. In Switzerland?
No. They have no standing army.
They can put one together in a hurry, though.
Element of surprise, baby.
Yeah. All you have to do is just sneak over the mountains.
Yeah. It's just like, that's a very large skiing trip that they're all going on. You fools.
They're all on one. You put them all on one long set of skis so that from the front it looks like one guy. And then you make that 90-degree turn. They're like, fuck.
The slow reveal.
The slow reveal.
To 100,000.
100,000.
In a very, very tight row.
How tight would that row have to be so that you don't just lean forward and then the guy at the beginning, presumably you leading the army, is already at the bottom of the mountain and everybody else is still back on the top, but you've reached, you know what I mean? The skis are resting on the bottom, but then the back it's so long.
Yeah. I was trying to Google some quick maths to try and figure out the length that these skis would be to accommodate 100,000 people, and myself. And I was trying to figure out. I was like, average foot size for men in the UK is something like 8 or 9. It's like the size of shoe.
I forget.
So I was like,
are UK shoe sizes in like are they one up from American sizes or one down?
I can never remember either. They're one different.
Yeah,
for
they're
sure.
one different.
But they might. I think they're one down. But anyway, so I typed in Google size 9 feet in centimeters, and alarmingly, it told me that it was 270 centimeters. And then I realized that Google had parsed that question as what is 9 feet in centimeters.
I'm just surprised that I am in awe at the courage you exuded by just Googling size 9 feet.
Well, I have to look at them, you know what I mean? Okay, let's assume the average foot is, here it is, 24.6 centimeters. We'll round it up to 25 centimeters.
Okay.
To make way for, you know, the bits in between our feet.
The bits in between our feet.
So 25 times by 100,000. So we're looking at a line of people which is at least... I couldn't figure out 25 times 100,000 in my head.
2,500,000. Huh.
Yeah. So 2,500,000. Oh, 2.5 million.
Yeah.
Delete the 2 zeros on the end.
Is that in centimeters?
That's in centimeters. So it's 25,000 meters.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's put it in like a regular human measurement. It is 15.5 miles. So it would be a line of people back to back, 15.5 miles.
How tall? That's probably higher than the Alps.
Rising over the mountains.
I think is the problem. Because I think.
How tall is the Alps?
Because like a 15er is pretty high for a mountain, and that's 15,000 feet. which is,
The Alps are 3 miles tall.
All right. We might.
So by the here's the issue. You wouldn't see a singular person approaching you. You would see a 15-mile long line of people stretched directly into the air as it tries to ascend the mountain.
Oh wait, how wide is Switzerland from one end to the other? Surely it's more than however many miles.
It's 41,000 kilometers squared. That doesn't tell me anything.
41,000 kilometers squared.
Yeah, so it's 15,000 square miles.
Okay. So that means it's like, the square root of that wide at least, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, more or less, kind of, unless it's just very long, but I don't believe. Kind of like I don't think that and you can quote me on this. I don't think that Switzerland is a sideways cricket bat.
I'm pretty sure it isn't. It's at least 126 miles wide.
So, yeah. Now, how close is the sun? Is it just right up there? Because that's my worry. You might be poking into there.
Well, I would approach at night, under the guise of night, so I wouldn't worry about the sun so much. The moon is a real factor,
right? When the sun has gone underneath the ground.
Like if like the person at the front, well, I'm leading the charge, obviously, so I'm at the front of these skis. I get launched 15 miles into the air. Do I start getting affected by the moon's gravity?
I think it's always a fear.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been in a plane and just sort of felt the pull.
Mm-hmm. The water in my body, the tides start changing in my stomach acid.
Yeah. Yeah, I never drink water on a plane because I'm afraid that it'll make me more moon heavy. Because the moon is magnetic for water? That's a question.
That sounds right. That sounds right to me.
Can you just Google real quick, moon magnetic for water, question mark?
I'll check
Actually,
that one out.
Google moon size 9 feet. So you think with 100,000 people you could conquer Switzerland, though? Bear in mind, I don't know what your sort of demographics. So my channel, for instance, the majority of my listeners are between 18 and 24. That's kind of service age. I know with a lot of nerdcore channels, it skews younger. Are there? I guess what I'm saying is, are you putting the children on the front lines or back further where they can launch projectiles? Because they're not getting out of this.
Yeah, definitely not. I would suggest the older definitely lead the charge. So we'd have like a frontal assault made up of, like the older demographic, kind of 18 to 24. And then everything behind that, they're playing more supportive roles and as you say, projectiles. I think that works for me.
Yeah. See, I'm putting the younger ones in the front for psychological damage, especially if they know the Fortnite dances.
That's true. Yeah, kind
that's
of. That's
sheer intimidation for me. If I see somebody doing a Fortnite dance
down the side of the Alps.
If I see somebody doing a Fortnite dance, a TikTok dance, I'm looking at them. I'm thinking, I don't think I can do that. I don't think my body does that.
Yeah.
And then I'm in fear.
It's like, well, I've always held the opinion that people mock people doing Fortnite and TikTok dances because they're scared to face the truth that they can't do that.
Yeah, that the Fortnite kid could beat your ass.
Yeah,
with those sick moves. I mean, you see those fists flying, just wiped out Tomato Town. It's not a joke. This is real life. Josh Kaposh has an important question in chat. As a 17-year-old, would I be awkwardly in the middle? Yeah. In life, generally. In this situation, I don't know.
In this situation, I would round up just to make up the numbers in the front line.
With your parents' permission, I think you're allowed to enlist.
Sorry. Yeah.
So with your parents' credit card, you can enlist in the military. That's how that works, right?
Yeah, in the you can join the in the Shwami.
The shawarma. Hold on. It kind of sounds like everybody gets free shawarma.
Yeah, but it's like plant-based shawarma.
I kind of allocated you a country name. I said Shwabadinia. Do you have any workshopping for that, or are you cool with Shwabadinia?
Uh, Based on our location in Central Europe, I am not sure about like a Enia kind of ending, because that sounds
Okay.
very very Eastern European.
Schwingland.
Um, Schwingland is interesting.
Schwenmark.
Um, Schwenmark seems derivative of
Of
another
what?
country. I would suggest like
Sweden.
how we have Germany, Spain, and Italy as the major runners in continental Europe. Those names don't share parts with other like, you know what I mean?
I'd like to spend a
There's
little
no
more time
land ending.
talking
There's no
about
Enia.
Sweden.
Sweden is off the table. I'm saying, what if? Now I know this is bold, but what if it was just called Shwabadi,
Shwabadi the country.
but with a Y instead of an
Shwabadi
I?
the franchise. Have you ever thought of
With
opening up
D.
an American chain of Shwabadi?
I used to, but it closed down.
Hey, good night, everybody. That's the best joke you'll ever hear on this podcast. I think I think Switzerland is pretty. Now, if you had Switzerland, I mean, you'd have what would you have? You'd have banks, you'd have clocks, you'd have chocolate. What else do they do in Switzerland? Cheese. I mean, what sort
Uh,
of resources are you going to allocate? Democracy, says Lance.
I think we would literally just be Sweden, but
But in Switzerland,
worse. Did I say Sweden?
you
I
sure
meant
did.
Switzerland. I definitely meant Switzerland. Um, would be one of those like Swedish Swiss countries.
Those, yeah, the kind of the Swedish Swiss, not your mother's Swiss, not your regular Swiss. This is not your grandfather's Swiss. No, this is that Swedish Swiss.
Yeah. So the difference there being, instead of like importing exporting, sorry, very fancy cheeses and chocolates, we would export very stinky fish,
Okay,
but
yeah.
covered in chocolate.
Well, now we're. I was gonna say now we're cooking, but I don't. I don't want to. I'm getting real
No, you
episodes.
don't. You don't.
I'm getting real
Yeah,
Food
you don't
Wars
cook with
episode
that.
1 vibes. You know, I'm getting real.
Mm.
What's his name? Soma Yukihara Hoki Hoki. What's his name?
Yeah.
Soma.
Soma.
Soma. That's the part I can remember. Did I just call him Soma Hoki Hoki? Oh boy.
Something
Soma.
like that.
Yeah. We're just talking tentacles and peanut butter. Main export.
Yeah. Shokugeki no Shwabadi.
Shokugeki no Shwabadi. Shwabkugeki
Shwab
no Shwoma.
Shwabkugeki no Soma. Oh.
Oh. What did I say? Shwokugeki.
Shwokugeki Shwashwama is what I'm thinking.
I hate it. Here's my other question. This is sort of more of a political question than the one about conquering a country. Who profits most from nerdcore rap? The anime industry or Shure and Audio Technica, because every single one of us has either the 7B or the AT2020?
Definitely sure. I don't think the animes get anything from us.
What about the ones that keep claiming my videos?
Well, they're not gonna get any. They're not gonna get anything from your videos.
Wow. Wow. I see. I see.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, whenever there has been a copyright claim on like someone's videos in the community, it tends to not just be we are claiming the revenue from this video. It tends to be we are making this video unlisted. No one can view it anymore.
That's true. That's true.
And I'm like, oh great, so no one gets to listen to my song and you don't make any money.
You know what's crazy? And I feel like, well, first of all, it's kind of crazy that I feel like I've never like gone off on this show before. Even though like I feel like we're constantly like all of us talking about it at different times, but like it would make so much more sense if uh like anime companies would just let nerdcore do its thing, because I cannot tell you how many shows I've started watching because somebody did a song about it, and I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
that song was cool. I'm gonna check out the anime." Or I'm like, "I really want to listen to that song. I better watch the anime." And it's like, not even. I feel like, or like from the other side, it's like how many shows I've watched so I can do a song about them. Like, not that I wouldn't have
Yeah.
wanted to watch them otherwise, or not that I didn't enjoy watching them, but like case in point, right? Haikyuu is my favorite currently airing anime, and the reason that I started watching it is for your cipher last year. Because you hit me up and you were like, "Have you seen Haikyuu?" And I was like, I can."
I just feel like anime companies and a lot of media companies don't understand like how much of a role fan content plays in like people's interests for their media.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I wish there was some kind of like go between, somebody who like had an in with like the top of the industries, who could just lean into whoever's ear they need to and be like, just leave them alone. Just trust me. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone. Double your profits. Double your profits. Leave them alone. Leave them alone.
yeah.
Like,
Well, it's just look at the indie scene in anything, in gaming, in filmmaking, in animation. It's like carried by fan content and prospers because of that shit.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Amogus, hello?
That's yeah. I mean, right there, like, and that's an example of like that had a resurgence, because like they are, I feel like maybe I'm sure they were like just as lax about people streaming, sharing stuff, doing content, whatever, from the beginning, but like the fact that when it started to pop off and like people using their their IP to make content, like started doing really well, and a lot of people started making a lot of waves and a lot of money off of content related to Among Us. Like at that point I feel like a lot of especially bigger companies would have been like, okay, this is our chance to just like reach in and do like grab, capitalize, just like anybody who's making money off of it, like grab a piece of it or all of it, which would have just killed the scene, because everybody would have just stopped making it.
Yeah.
But because they allowed and encouraged people to keep making stuff, aside from like, I don't think they want people making like unofficial merch and stuff like that. But as far as like streaming and like music and all those kinds of like art, and like all those kinds of like fan things, and those like sub creative cultures, like yeah, they encouraged that, and it just continued to grow. And like the fact that it's still going, and then of course like because of that, more people are playing it, and they're buying like the accessories and like whatever else. It's like it clearly works so well, and the fact that it's not the status quo is just like, it's testament that I feel like so many of these companies are just, they must be just like run by people from the 1800s who just have no like no understanding
Yeah.
of what it means to be a content creator, or
Genuinely.
yeah, it's
Or
wild.
a content enjoyer.
Yeah, a content enjoyer. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're sort of like used to the idea of like, you make a product, you ship out the product, you wait 6 months, you get the reviews in, you make another product, you ship out that product, and then it's like anything
Hmm.
else that adds to that is like I don't know, some sort of uh corsair attack on your intellectual property. When really
Oh,
like
that's sad.
the lifespan of any intellectual property right now, it feels like could be, I mean, a day. Like you could have something that gets massively popular for a day and then disappears. You could get, I mean,
Yeah.
it's so much more about like immediate feedback from consumers and from audience. That's what I love so much about doing weekly content is that like, you know, that and streaming too, like on top of that is that like I get to see pretty much right away how people respond to something that I make. Like if I, you know, finish a song on like Wednesday, Thursday, you know, get the get the video up on Saturday, um, and then like, you know, 5 minutes after I put it out, I've already got, you know, a few comments coming in that are like immediate feedback, and they're not always positive, but I like that too because it's like okay, for whatever reason, not only the people who are going to love everything that I make watch it right away, but I feel like
Hmm.
that sort of like immediate interaction is what's missing from a lot of larger corporations. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think about like? Because I mentioned, you know, I guess it was the premise for like the previous super serious interview question, but like, um, what do you see has changed in the way that you're like able to interact with your audience as your channel's gotten bigger? Has it changed significantly, or has it kind of like,
Hmm.
yeah,
Uh, that's tough. I feel like from about like 20, maybe even 10,000 subs up until 100,000 subs, like I interact with people on a similar basis. You know what I mean? Like I respond to a lot of people. I talk to people in stream chat. I talk to people in my Discord, and
yeah?
that
Now that you've
hasn't
hit
really
100,
changed.
you're never speaking to anybody
There's
again.
just there's just
They're all
but
beneath
now
you.
that there's a higher volume of everything now.
Yeah,
So there's just a lot more stuff that I have to ignore. But it hasn't gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm sad that I can't respond to these and these because it's just too much of it. It's just there's a lot of bullshit I don't want to react to or
that's fair. Yeah,
respond to. So,
yeah.
but I'd say like for the most part, the amount of people that are like friendly and genuine and fun to respond to the comments of and talk to in stream chat and on Discord, etc., and like interact with as a community is of a similar size.
Yeah.
I don't know really what that says, but
Digital Donuts says, "What's for breakfast? What's up, donuts? Uh, what's for breakfast? We're having Shwabadi." See, I'm never quite
oh
sure with that sign when it says "now serving Shwabadi" or "now serving," you know, whatever the guest name is. If it's
yeah,
like now serving, like I originally meant it like this is the name of whoever's order is up. So it's like you know, if
yeah,
you ordered something like okay, it's ready, you know. But it gets a little more ominous when it's like now serving like Shwabadi's on the menu. Looks like Shwabadi's back on
yeah.
the
It's like
menu,
today's
boys.
special.
Would this be considered cannibalism? Only if you're a bear, donuts. As you can see, this is a
Um,
pink ghost bear.
since he is a ghost and kind of only partially corporeal, I think if you reach out and like try and grab a bit of bear body, it just kind of pulls off like cotton candy.
You're a donut. Yeah. Ooh, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Exactually, when something is exactly actually what you were going to say. Um, I was gonna say, is this? I have always imagined that that bear body would taste like cotton candy. I almost said candy floss, and you said cotton candy. This is ridiculous.
I said cotton candy because I watched an episode of Doctor Stone recently where
Yeah,
they made cotton candy.
you said cotton candy, and
Um,
I was about to say candy floss.
and I think you did that just to balance things out, which I
I'm
appreciate.
not sure. I'm not sure why. I never call it that.
Do you like candy floss?
It's all right. It's kind of just sugar in it. Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
it's real. Like it reminds me so much of fiberglass insulation that I'm
Oh
always a
god.
little bit leery of it.
Um,
You say candy floss, digital donuts. Yeah, there's kind of three terms, right? There's candy floss, cotton candy, and fairy floss. I think.
fairy floss. I haven't heard that.
I think
Is that like
fairy
a regional
floss
thing? Or...
might be Australian, but I don't remember for sure.
That makes sense. They've got some wacky words over there.
Yeah, Australia. Don't they also say like fries and chips both to mean like fries, or either one? It's
Maybe.
like it's weird. Like I think they call fries and chips, as in crisps, both chips.
Yeah.
I I'm gonna
Interesting.
Google this right now.
Most of what I know about kind of Australian vernacular is from watching the channel. Oh, what is it called? How Ridiculous? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
It's a YouTube channel. Their main thing is they drop things off of a very, very tall tower.
Okay, that's their.
They also, yeah, how ridiculous. They also have like a bunch of world records for like, highest basketball shot, and they shoot it off the top of a dam, stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay. So they're the guys that like Dude Perfect hates because they've got a higher tower.
Yeah. Uh,
I was watching must have been John Oliver, and it was about Guinness World Records. And apparently
okay.
like just anybody can like invent a new one, pretty much. Like anybody can just invent a new Guinness World Record and then set it. It's basically just a matter of just like paying the Guinness people.
Interesting.
That's why
Is there
there's
anything that you think you could set as like a new record?
interesting question.
Like, because it can't just be any. Because like,
Right.
yes, I could say like, I could phone up Guinness and be like, I want to attempt the world record for the fastest 100 meters while wearing a specific item of clothing. You know what I mean?
But you
Like,
could.
and I could just set it, but it would be very, very easily beat. So what
Right,
I mean
right,
is
right,
like,
right.
what is a
Okay.
record you could make up and set that probably wouldn't
probably
be
wouldn't be beaten.
instantaneously demolished?
I could likely set a record for most continuous hours spent watching The Incredible Turbo Teen. Which for
Okay.
anyone who's not familiar is it is a show that aired on ABC between 1984 and 1985, had 13 episodes, starred Michael Mish as the titular Turbo Teen. The premise of the show is it's this teen who's in his car on a rainy night. He kind of crashes into a scientific lab, fuses with his car in such a way that he now has the ability to transform into his car when
No.
he either eats a spicy food or becomes physically warm. There are only 5 episodes available out of the 13, and when I say available, I mean that you can find at all. I mean like
Did
at
it
all.
get cancelled?
It definitely got canceled. It was a weird show. I mean, really weird. Like, when I say he transforms into his car, I don't mean, like, instantly. I mean, they show, like, the entire morphing procedure, and it is
Oh
haunting.
my gosh.
But I'm obsessed with the show. And again, you can only find 5 episodes, and when I say find, I mean, like, you gotta search through some bins. Because they never put it out on DVD, they never put it out on VHS. It just had no release. A lot of people think they're like making it up when they remember it. So I've seen
incredible.
like all of it that's available, and I would gladly watch the rest of it. And I think that almost anybody else in the world would see 10 seconds of it, have second thoughts, and never want to see it again. So I think I could probably set that record. I also think that like I would likely be able to set a record of something like like holding my breath while doing some other specific activity.
Yeah.
But I don't know what. Because I can't hold my breath that long. I can hold my breath longer than most, but I can't hold it like longer than world record holders. You know what I mean? There's got to be like
Yeah, my breath
and
is
something
not very
else.
good.
Have you
Uh,
tried mints?
I see the confusion there being that it sounded like I said my breath was
It was
stinky.
a little flip there.
Yeah.
Digital Donuts has a question in the chat. DD says, "By the way, I gotta know, did you really have no knowledge of Dragon Ball?" I assume you're asking me, Freest. Yeah. Well, I've literally. So there are some shows, right, that I have seen like a couple episodes of. Naruto, I've seen a couple episodes. I have seen at least clips from, I don't know, Inuyasha. I've seen like a little bit, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, whatever other ones there are. I have never seen. I don't think I've seen more than like one consecutive minute of Dragon Ball. So every single
Mm.
thing in my in my Dragon Ball rap, or my Goku rap, but I've never seen Dragon Ball, is purely based on. I allowed myself two Googles. I googled Dragon Ball characters, and then I didn't even click on anything. I just went off like the ones that were listed. And then I think I googled the spelling of like a character's name
Mm-hmm.
for my links.
I was very, very tickled by the fact that you set up a Gohan rhyme for like 6 bars, and then you were like, "I wish there was another character that would rhyme here." Um, that
Then I
kind of
put one.
ruined me.
I I thought that might get you, and I was very appreciative of like anybody who picked that up, because there's definitely
Mm-hmm.
some folks that didn't, which is why I put the line after that was like, I'm probably gonna get a comment that's wildly disproportionate, because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, not everybody picks up on the subtlety, but fair play. Like, I did say that I knew nothing about Dragon Ball, so I mean, fair enough. Like, equally likely that I just straight up have never heard of Gohan. The thing is,
Yeah.
when I reference Gohan, I don't know which one is Gohan. I just know there's somebody called Gohan, and I know that when when Goku and Vegeta like dance, they fuse. I think it's more complicated than that. I don't think it's like any dance. I don't think that they're just like doing the Macarena and then suddenly Gogeta.
They do the cha-cha slide and just combine.
Imagine bringing a +1 to a wedding, and then you leave and you have fused.
I thought you meant I thought you meant you get to bring a +1, so you cheat by having two of your friends fuse together.
That's even better. Yeah, that's so good. Do you now? When do you like unfuse? Do you like get into the wedding and then you like you like unfuse so that you can, or do you just like go through the buffet twice, or do you? I don't.
I It's been a while since I watched Dragon Ball, to be honest. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
In fact, controversially, I've never seen the final arc of Dragon Ball Z because I thought it was really doo doo. The so-called Boo saga. But there is a time limit to one of the fusions. There's like a few different ways to fuse. One of them has a time limit, so I expect it's just like you have a fucking stopwatch ready. So you fuse, and then you're waiting for the moment where you're like, okay, oh sorry guys, I need to use the bathroom in this wedding, and you hope it's not during a speech, and then you dip out and you unfuse in the bathroom,
That sounds
and then you walk back out.
like like something that would happen in like the Mandalorian, you know, or some like Star Wars show offshoot. It's like alien terminology. It's like, excuse me, do you have a bathroom? I need to unfuse.
It actually does.
I don't know why I did it in a pseudo C3PO voice, uh, being that he is an android.
I mean, he might unfuse a few parts. You know what I mean?
Maybe unfusing for a droid
It
is
gets,
like
it gets
kicking
to the
back.
weekend.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
like
gets to the weekend. He's like,
knock back a
oh,
few
I just
cans of
need to
oil.
unfuse.
Just unfuse with the lads.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like unfuse makes sense. Uh, for like a droid slang, because like fusing things together, like welding things,
Yeah, it
right?
makes them
Like
tighter.
make them stiff. And yeah. So you want to unfuse. You want to. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That's my new phonological. What do you call it? It's like headcanon.
Oh,
It's
phrenological.
my. Huh?
Phrenological,
What
referring to
is
the
that?
science of studying the shapes of people's heads.
Okay, no, I meant like it's my headcanon
Yeah,
that
head cannon.
droids. Okay.
You use
the droids.
you load up the head you load up
Um,
the head cannon and you use it to to determine the shape of somebody's head.
who lives or dies?
Who lives or dies? Who tells your story? Oh, I think we lost him.
Oh, sorry, I went through a tunnel.
Like emotionally,
Yeah.
and it just kind of boom.
So,
Oh, thank you, Shwabadi, for adding the permitted term "load comes" in my Twitch chat.
there are some glorious permitted terms in the different streams that I mod for.
I like it because when you allow a message, it says that you added a permitted term. It's not like you typed out that term and were like, permit this. It's like you permitted a single message and it just kind of interprets that as, okay, any message that uses these words will be fine. Which leads to some hilarious outcomes when like you see which mod allowed which permitted terms.
I think the add permitted term thing is funniest because it. So if you've never been in mod view in Twitch, let me paint a picture for those who have never modded in a Twitch chat. When a message gets flagged by the auto mod as containing some sort of offensive or whatever material that would be banned from the chat, it highlights the message for you and says, "Do you want to allow this?" And it will highlight the words that it's flagged up as being, inappropriate. And if you click allow, it'll say add permitted term and then just put all of those words that it had flagged up together in a sentence. It'll say add permitted term and then all the words that you said were acceptable. So there are some hilarious phrases. I once added a permitted term in someone's stream and it just, like the message was fine. It was like a funny joke and it ended in the word tits, right? Which was the word flagged up for sexuality or whatever.
Yeah.
And it combined these words together in the sentence and it said, Shwabadi used add permitted term. Ooh, big titties. And I was like, that's not what I did. That's not what I said.
I love the way that Automod just loves just snitching on mods. It's like it's jealous, like it's like, oh, I'm just the Automod, huh? And you're the real mods, huh? Oh, maybe I want to be a real mod. Nope, I just want to make you look foolish in front of all of your peers. Shwabadi added term I like big men's butts to hold.
Big wins.
It's rough.
Oh, no.
I have a game.
I love games.
Okay, so today is St. Patrick's Day when we're recording this.
It is.
And I thought, what better way to celebrate than to load up. So we're both, erstwhile voice actors. I think you more than me. So I thought, first of all, let me clear this up. Being a voice actor does not mean you do impressions. By no means. By no means is that the same one and the same. However, it does mean that you're less likely to be, skeezed out by trying to do voices. So anyway, here's what I got. I have loaded up some famous Patricks. And I thought we could try reading some anime quotes, and the anime I've chosen is Kaguya-sama Love is War. As these Patricks. So I thought we could each take a Patrick. And there are 4 Patricks in total. So I think we could do 2 scenes, and then in each one we'll each be a Patrick. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah. So it's not just like reading like one line quotes. It's like a little discussion.
Yeah. I've a little back and forth. So here's the Patricks that we've got, and I'll allow you to choose. So the first 2 are Patrick Stewart and Patrick Warburton. Okay. For anyone who doesn't know, Patrick Stewart is he's from Star Trek Next Generation. He's Captain Jean-Luc Picard. He's from the X-Men. He's Professor X. Very famous Patrick. Patrick Warburton. His voice is very well known. He's Kronk in The Emperor's New Groove. He's the Wolf from Hoodwinked. He is he's in what's that show? He's in a live action show. Anyway, most people know him as Kronk. That's pretty much his voice.
I'm not overly familiar with Mr. Warburton, so okay. I'll ask for Patrick Stewart in that one.
Okay. Cold read, like off the top of your head, any line whatsoever. What's your best Patrick Stewart?
Are we having a conversation here, or
just like if somebody was like, "Hey, do Patrick Stewart," like what would be your go-to?
I don't know any Patrick Stewart quotes. I'd just say something sci-fi-ish.
Okay.
I'd be like, wait, was let me get in. Let me remember what Patrick Stewart sounds like real quick.
Bald, so first shave your head.
Old. Yeah. I'm there. Crew to the bridge. I'm Captain Picard from the Star Trek franchise.
Okay, not bad. If I were to do Patrick Warburton, I think I'd do like right, the poison for Cusco. Poison specifically designed to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. Like I'd go straight for Kronk. I think.
That's very good. That is very good.
Or the other one I would do is you say, Twitchy, you should never trust a bunny with directions. Because I'm a big fan of Hoodwinked. So that's kind of my other.
I watched Hoodwinked in cinemas.
No way. Theaters. Oh, I would have loved that. I watched it on an iPod Nano about 18 times.
Ooh.
I mean, I'd seen it before, but then, that's how
an old school iPod Nano with like the 1-inch screen.
So I had the one just before that one. I had the 3rd generation, where it had the same shape as an iPod Classic, but it was just smaller. So you could actually watch stuff in widescreen. I mean, it was still like an inch high, but it was a little wider.
Okay, sweet. So for this scene, you've sent me a website with these quotes on?
Yes. So do you see do you see? Let's see. let me pick one here. Okay, let's go with number 3. Okay. Do you want to be Ishi? We've got Ishigami and Shirogane. Do you want to be Ishigami or Shirogane?
Which one's
as
cooler?
Patrick Stewart? Which one is cooler?
Yeah, because I've never seen Kaguya-sama.
You've never seen it? Oh, okay.
No, it's on my list. It's a priority, but
I think Shirogane is ultimately cooler. Ishigami is more of a side character.
Okay. Right.
Okay, so I'm Patrick Warburton as Ishigami. You Ishigami, you.
Patrick Stewart as Shirogane.
Shirogane being the president, if that informs your reading.
Yes. Okay.
I think she has the skills of a trained assassin.
A trained assassin?
Using the corner of a couch to strangle me. That's a pro.
What do you think Shinomiya is?
My guess is she's a natural-born serial killer. I can see it in her eyes. That kind of works a little too
16?
well.
Hold on, that was crazy. That was kind of
Hold
kind
on.
of worked. Oh my
Hold
gosh.
on.
Someone clip that on Twitch so I have that posterity.
Unbelievable. Okay. So we've got okay. So I think for the next scene we'll do number 5.
Okay. Oh, this
Or
one's
no,
a
wait,
bit
that's a
longer.
3-person scene, isn't it? I think
Oh, is it
I
actually?
think Fuji is in it as well. I don't have a surplus
yes.
Patrick, do I? Okay, well let's see if there's a better one. Well, we've got one with Ishigami and Fujiwara. That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's number 8. So we'll do number 8. So here between these we've got to pick. I feel like I might be railroading you a little bit on this one because you might not know the second person. But we got Patrick Star and Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, is that like a sports person?
It is a sports person. Yes, he is the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl and then lost it horribly. Ray, what's up, Ray? How you doing? How's your day?
I have heard the name, but yeah, I don't know anything about that person.
Okay.
Hello.
So you can be Patrick Star, and I'll be Patrick Mahomes, and because you don't know anything about Patrick Mahomes, this might be. I'm just going to enjoy you hearing my approximation of what he sounds like for the first time.
And we just ignore the Shirogane line right at the end.
Yes. Sure. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, am I I'll be Fujiwara and you can be Ishigami this time.
Okay. Patrick Star.
Patrick Star.
Okay. I don't think I've ever attempted a Patrick Star impression.
Okay. Oh, maybe we should get into the voices because we did that last time.
Yeah.
So if you were to do a Patrick Star, I mean, what would be your going in line?
Something like, oh, how do you get into this voice space, bro? No, this is Patrick.
Okay, it's not bad. That's not bad. I would probably start out with like a lee, and then just like yawn while talking. I think
A lee.
Yeah. You know the part where he's like lee. I can't really do Patrick, but if I were gonna try,
no, I don't even
go. Or I'd let loose with like a no, this is Patrick, maybe. I think that's a very like, I don't know. Again, I don't think I can do Patrick. Lance says Shwaba Patrick is the stuff of my dreams. Bonk question mark.
I'm glad. Bonk question mark. It might be a bonk situation.
Okay, so let's see. If I'm gonna do Patrick Mahomes is like in his early 20s, but he sounds like he's in his 60s and he's been smoking since he was 13.
Okay.
So he's like, we just got a really good team here, and I just love playing football, of throwing the ball at these guys, and just trying to do our best. To me, that's what he sounds like.
Love that.
I'm trying not to make him sound like Rick Sanchez.
Yeah. Well, Morty.
You gotta run the ball, Morty. They'll never expect it.
Your Rick impression is pretty solid.
Which do you fancy, my Rick or my Jerry? One.
Give me the Jerry. I haven't heard it in a minute.
Now you see, Beth, this is the place to be. Now this is exactly what's gonna get us ahead. Are you hungry for apples?
It's so good. It's scary.
Scary Jerry.
Scary.
I think with Jerry, like once I get into it, the musicality of it is what carries me. Because it's like, because anything works with sort of that Jerry like up and down. It's like da 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 da. It's like, I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. I'm never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Everything just goes up and down.
Yeah.
I'm sad it's not St. Jerry's Day.
St. Jerry. Okay. So the scene
Okay.
is Patrick Star as Ishigami.
Yeah.
There's a word. There's some words in here. Okay. This impression might collapse
Okay, all the better.
immediately. Let's see how it goes.
Let's go.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's that first step. With the big voice like this.
Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. It's like a diving board. You just gotta go.
Okay, I got it.
This is one take, Larry. Reading for the role
This is
of
one take, Larry. Ishigami. This is for Ishigami. Fujiwara-senpai, you changed your conditioner, didn't you?
You can tell.
Yeah, well, the smell is different than usual. I mean, it is stuffy in here today, but it's cute that the smell is stronger than usual. It kind of smells like a baby.
Ishigami, that's creepy. That's just straight up. That's straight up Rick again. Hold on. Ishigami, that's creepy.
Let me die. I want to die, so I'm going home.
Sure, but don't die. That Shirogane real quick as Jerry. Unbelievable.
I need that animated, please.
I can't believe this.
I feel like I slipped into pockets of Patrick there.
Yeah,
that I really.
There were times when I thought Patrick was in the room.
I feel like I very quickly slipped out of it, but it was I was there for a second. You know what I mean? It's like that moment of bliss.
I do hope somebody clipped that. If not, I will dig through and extract it. Incredible. This is the best game I've ever come up with for this show. I mean, where do you even go from here? In this episode we go to the end because we're almost at an hour. But I'm glad I didn't do this earlier in the episode. It would have been all downhill.
Yeah, it's kind of like the emotional climax.
100%. Yeah, 100%. So here we are at the end. I mean, happy St. Patrick's Day again, everybody. I mean, if I didn't say this at the beginning, and I should have, this show is recorded live on Twitch every week, every Wednesday. Twitch.tv/Freeced, FREEEEEECED, 6 E's in the middle, easy to remember. I mean, Shwabadi, where can people find you online? No. Where can people find you in real life? Where do you hang out? What are your haunts?
I live in Shwabadi. That's with a Y on the end.
With a Y, which is where Switzerland used to be.
It's a new nation where Switzerland once was.
It's My Little Pony, fourth generation. Got enough fans that created a new nation. That nation being Shwabadi.
Yeah, so you can find me there. I run the country, so I'm pretty busy. But if you hang out, it's not that big, so you'll probably see me walking around.
If you approach on some very long skis, you might get in without a passport.
Yeah.
Outcast Ray says, FREE, that spells Freeced, creditreport.com, baby. Absolutely right. And if you go to Shwabadi.com, you can find all of Shwabadi's stuff. That's not true. If you go to Freeced.com, you can find all of Shwabadi's stuff. If you go to Shwabadi.com, you can find all my stuff. If you go to
That is not a joke.
If you go to TurboTeenMovie.com, that will take you to my YouTube channel.
Does it actually?
Only one way to find out.
I always do it. You always tell me to do it, and then I do it, and I'm always surprised. Let's find out. What is it? TurboTeenMovie.com. There it is. YouTube.com/Freeced. That's incredible. You never cease to amaze me.
Guinness,
how many URLs do you on?
Guinness, hit me up. Guinness, on today's St. Patrick's Day, hit me up. You can find. Did you drop your info yet? I don't remember. Oh yeah, you said you were going to be in your country.
I will be in my country, but also if you want to find me online, you can search on any single platform, Shwabadi, and that's me.
Yeah, must be nice. Must be nice.
Must be.
You can search Freest on any platform, and that will take you to the free CAD software, which I recommend using. If you want to find my stuff, you can go to youtube.com/Freest, Twitter at me Freest, Instagram at Freest Raps, TikTok at Freest, at Your Mom's House with Flowers. It was just Mother's Day in the UK, I think. So hopefully you didn't miss it. You know, all of you in the UK. I had a great UK Mother's Day. I wished Mama Quest a happy Mother's Day. It is not Mother's Day here yet. And it never will be at this rate.
Oh.
Yeah. They're not having one this year. They're just having Christmas again. What can you do? That's the law. Twitch.tv/Freest with 6 E's in the middle. FREEEEEEECED. Shwabadi, can you give them a phrase to rhyme in the comments below?
Yeah. Hold on, I have a tab open here, which is the comments on my main channel. I'm just I think I can find a pretty good phrase in here. So, is there like a syllable count that you're looking for, like a minimum, maximum?
I mean, I would just say like enough to be like rhymable, like that you could rhyme it in a bar without it being the entire bar.
Okay. Then this is the phrase, I guess.
Okay.
I am starved for high Q raps.
So starved for high Q raps. And it's like, as a rapper, bars, will I do that? Or, come up with your own rhyme in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Thanks for Shwabadi. Thank God it's Friday. It is Wednesday evening. This has been the Breakfreeced Club. I'm Freest. That over there is Shwabadi. Take care.